Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Rhonda St. Thomas Rogers joining us here today. We are so excited to have her as the CEO and founder of Blue Diamond Holistic Coaching. How are you today?
I am great, Jill. Great to be here.
Well, you're from Bluffton, South Carolina. How's the weather down there?
Very hot.
Ooh, I'm driving with my kids down. I'm going to, well, now we're flying. I take that back to Myrtle Beach. I've never been to South Carolina. My first time next week.
Oh, you're going to love it. Believe it or not, I lived in South Carolina, but I have never been to Myrtle Beach either.
Oh, wow. You see? So where's Bluffton located? Just curious.
Bluffton is probably about 2 hours from Myrtle Beach. And
So
believe it or not,
inland or?
it's inland. Yes, it's not on the
Okay.
coast. So it sort of misses a lot of the hurricanes,
Oh,
which is
that's a good
great.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure to have you here live on our podcast and Zoomcast. I get to see you face to face today. I'm really excited to talk about your coaching programs. Really, they're unique and they're helping integrate healthy habits into your clients' daily lives. Would you mind telling us a little bit about what it is that you do specifically?
Okay. Specifically, a lot.
I know. We have time.
Well, a lot of things besides always brushing up on my craft by taking various courses and things. But as far as coaching, I can do group coaching. I haven't done that yet. I can do that, but I mostly do one-on-one nutritional coaching. And also I have programs that look at not just the food element of health and wellness, but actually all the elements, the mind, the body, stress issues, menopause issues, because sometimes you need to peel back what those causes may be that might lead people to not eating healthy or having a healthy lifestyle.
Got it.
So
Well,
that's
thank
what
you.
I do a lot of, and I've been doing a lot of different speaking engagements too, which is great. I like doing those live just for women's groups and various church groups and organizations, as far as really looking at how to, one of my favorite programs is transform your life, transform your plate. So it's sort of like, you have to like change what's on your plate if you want to change your life.
It's so
Yeah.
true. Well, okay. Well, tell me, let's go back a little bit, back to your earlier
Sure.
years. Where are you from originally? I
Okay.
know you wanted to be a doctor, right? And you're so
Yeah.
funny because we all want to be doctors. I agree.
It was sort of funny. My family member, my sister, listened to the previous podcast and she said, I never knew you wanted to be a doctor. Why didn't you tell me? I said, because mom said that we weren't supposed to talk about being a doctor because she couldn't be a doctor. But all kids want to be a doctor when they grow up. So I was born and raised in Rhode Island, primarily in Providence, Rhode Island, which is the smallest state there is Rhode Island, and Providence is the capital. Went to school there, went to college there. I went there, I stayed there all my life until I moved, I guess, the last 6 years to South Carolina. So at that point, also, I married. I got married. Was married for 40 years. Unfortunately, I lost my husband. And that's when I moved to South Carolina. But I have a beautiful daughter who's in her 40s that decided to leave everything behind and move to South Carolina with me. So we call ourselves like Thelma and Louise, but nobody died. We just, her and I and our two dogs got in the car and came. So you hear my accent now, my New England accent,
I
car.
love it. I hear a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I
And
got the New York
we
thing.
drove to South Carolina and we knew absolutely no one.
Wow.
So I picked up and I wanted to start a new life. I wanted way back to be a doctor as a child. And then I wanted to do something in the sciences, but I didn't think I was that great in it. I'm backtracking a little until I really, after a lot of things dealing with marketing and advertising, I was able to get into the pharmaceutical industry. And that was like a surprising thing. I wasn't thinking about it, but someone thought that I would do well at it. So I spent 22 years there
Wow.
in a major pharmaceutical company as a sales rep, and then I went into sales training. And that's when I knew I really liked cultivating those little young minds.
Oh,
It was really great to see people prosper and grow, move up in the organization. And a great thrill I had when someone I trained one time won the vice president's award. And when he got the award, he thanked me publicly because he said he wouldn't be there if it wasn't for me. And it just filled me up. It made me say, like, even if it's like health and wellness of what I'm doing now, just to be able to share some of my background and share some relevant information to make people grow and to what they want to be is like very exciting for me.
oh, thank you for sharing this. And you've also had a rare autoimmune disease, also two-time cancer
Uh,
survivor.
yeah, I am. It was interesting because my parents, being from an African American background, we ate all kinds of fried foods and all kinds of foods that I don't eat now. But my mother would joke and say, I don't know where you got those genes from of being so sick. If you kept eating the food like we gave you to eat, you probably would be more healthy.
Right?
I sort of thought about that for a minute, and I said, nah, she's wrong. But yeah, I did. I was unfortunately diagnosed with a very rare sarcoma that actually I had when I got diagnosed with it. It actually been it was a misdiagnosis of a biopsy for 14 years, and it was a slow growing tumor that actually metastasized by the time they found it. And in the course of being treated for that and getting PET scans, they found out that I had lung cancer as well, which was that was early in the stages. So I had that, and then in between all of that, then I got diagnosed with this rare autoimmune
Uh,
disease. It was just sort of interesting. My oncologist sent me to a special program at the NIH, and it was interesting when they said to me, we don't think you should be here. And here's me. Well, why am I in the wrong program? I thought this was the right date. And they're saying, no, health wise, we don't know how you can still be here with all the things that have actively been going on in your body. So I contribute that to also to a lot of faith and also the changes that I mentioned when we talked earlier and how I decided to treat my body with food as an adjunct to medication. So,
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing that. And let's
okay.
continue now to talk about the type of coaching you're doing and
Okay.
how it works at Blue Diamond Holistic Coaching. And just want to point that out again, the website, bluediamondholisticcoaching.com. You can reach Rhonda there. So let's get
Okay.
started. Tell us the
Okay.
specifics of
Well,
it.
all right. The specifics are that if someone is it's a lot of it is word of mouth, which it has been,
Yeah.
but I do have an active website, and if someone is interested in coaching with me, they get a 30-minute complimentary discovery call. I just call it a call where we can just figure out, am I the right coach for them and are they the right client for me? And if we really are going to be able to, take care of the pain points, the things that they really have that they want to control and change in their lives. So once we do that, there's a variety of programs there's a couple of programs. I have a signature program that's like it's a long program. It's a 6-month program. Then I have a 3-month program. And then I also have the one primarily where I'm focusing on a lot now, and everyone seems to like the transform your plate, transform your life, because that program does consist of a very well, it's a pretty lengthy assessment to figure out, why people eat the way they do, how many meals they eat a day, what they don't like, do they exercise? It's a variety of assessment questions. And from that, I put together a customized program and a meal plan for those individuals based on what they like and they don't like. We can look at macros. I'm not a big fan of that, but when people say macros, we're just really looking at how much protein they should have, how much carbohydrates they should have, how much vegetables they should eat. Should they be eliminating some of the sodium in their body? Should they be increasing their fiber content? So we put this together and how can I say? And we look at them doing the program and the food that we've designed for them. But like maybe we'll look at the first week and then they might say, well, I don't like this food, I don't like that food. And I'm very flexible. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like it's not a cookie cutter approach. I will change the different foods based on what they like or they don't like. There are some people that don't want to cook the same meal, a different meal every day. They don't mind if they have leftovers. Some people don't want leftovers because first of all, I mean, you're not going to make a shake for 3 servings and like drink it 3 days in a row. You would make something fresh every day. So we put together a program, and in between that, I also do it. I've done it virtually once, and I have done it live and gone to my client's house, and we have what we call a pantry clean out. And that's in one of the programs. If they do the VIP program, they actually get a pantry clean out and a refrigerator clean out. And I go through their pantry and basically look at the healthy food and the non-healthy food. And it's customized too. Like I had a client that said, I don't think my husband is going to be into this. I said, I'll tell you what, why don't we take 2 shelves in your pantry and redesign it? So for example, if we're looking at pasta, we all know that whole wheat pasta would be a better choice than white pasta. And if they have a gluten problem, we might want to have gluten free. So there were so many things in boxes on this person's shelves. It was sort of funny because they were getting ready pre
Uh-huh.
pre-COVID, and the pantry was just stuck. I'd never seen so many boxes of pasta in my life. And then you look at rice. So that's what we do basically. So that's part of it. And then the valuable part that they seem to love is we do coaching. And I do one-on-one coachings and we go through what was your highlight for the week? What's an area you might want to change? So it's various open-ended questions that I would ask them to get them to really think about how their week went and tell me, like, what do you want to change? What was bad? Because everything that you do and any it can be a success. It depends on how you
Yeah,
look at it. So if they say, I was only able, I wanted to drink more water, but I only ate 4 glasses. That's a success if you started out drinking none. So, you have to have, and I like to have a positive attitude with my clients. And I think that's what makes them excited. I'm not their mother to browbeat them. I'm here
I
to
know,
help.
I
I'm here.
know.
I want to help them make healthy choices and realize that sometimes what I really advocate is I'm a strong believer that certain foods that we eat can help with certain illnesses that we have. And that's my testimony because I'm living proof of that. But you have to get people to pull back those layers to look at it. Like I get very excited and passionate when I talk about it, especially that one client that just said to me,
I
they grabbed
see.
my,
I
they
love
grabbed my,
it.
they grabbed my hands and they said, I'm entrusting my life to you. And I'm sort of was like, okay, they wouldn't let go of my hand because, I pay people all this money for this, that, and the other. So I said, well, let's
Yeah,
look at it this way. I said, you should entrust your life to a higher authority. And I'm here just to supplement that. And they sort of went like this. I said, you have to do the work and I have to do the work. It can't be one-sided. And if you have a problem doing the work, that's when you reach out to me, you text me, you call me, you come knock on my door, whatever. I have an open access kind of thing. People say, well, what days don't you work? I haven't found any days that I haven't worked because I just, I personally have been through a lot, and I know there are a lot of people out there that have various other, it doesn't have to be like the big C, it doesn't have to be autoimmune disease. It could be that their blood pressure is going crazy. It could be that, they're having heart palpitations and they can't exercise and they don't know what's going on. I always advocate seeing a doctor because I am not a physician, but I do
mm-hmm.
advocate that if you're taking prescription medication, if that's the choice of your physician, there is nothing wrong with supplementing that with healthy food. Don't think that that medication is going to be the only thing that's going to help you. So that's
Oh,
sort of what my program is about. And then we talk about food prepping too, which I love, love, love to talk about, and how to save money. And so all that's combined in that one program also. I take quite a bit of time going down to telling them what kind of glass dishes to buy and how to prep and make their refrigerator so that they don't have to actually cook from scratch every single day. They have everything prepped and it doesn't take that long.
beautiful. Tell us, how do we do it? How do we do it?
How do we do it? Okay. Okay. Well, the first thing is you pick a day to go to the grocery store when you're not
Okay.
hungry, of course, and nothing else to do. If you can go to the grocery store on a day that's not a weekend, I really push for that. Even myself, I like to go, like sometimes I might go twice a week, but like a Wednesday is a good day. Of course, we all know you don't want to go the first of the month because it's going to be really, really busy with a lot of people in there. But whatever you buy, and I'm going to focus on vegetables because I will say this, and I don't mind saying this, I am 100% plant-based. That is my choice. That is not in my training programs what I push because you have to learn how to eat healthy before you decide, oh, I want to be a vegan. I want to be a vegetarian. I want to be this. I want to do this. I want to be. No, 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 no. How about trying just to eat a healthy meal? And then later on,
Yeah.
they want to discuss that later on. It's something that I might entertain, but it's not like ingrained my programs. You don't see banners that say, oh, try eating. No, but that's what I chose to do. So you go and get the food at the grocery store. The first thing I recommend is anything you buy that's in plastic vegetables, take it out the plastic and throw it away. You have to stock your vegetables and fruits the day that you buy them. So, and what I do, I'm going to give an example. If I buy celery, and I do
Mm-hmm.
organic celery, I do think it tastes better. That's my personal choice. I rinse and clean the celery. I dice up half of the celery, diced up, and I do sticks of celery for the other half of the bunch of celery. And I store everything in glass Pyrex dishes. I don't know about you, but I bought celery and put it in the bag and put it in the refrigerator. And within a week, you have to toss it. I literally put celery and my vegetables in glass bowls, and they will last me almost 2 weeks or more in the refrigerator.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, that plastic stuff gets slimy and gross. And
Yeah,
I
and eat
don't.
yeah, and then peppers. So you get peppers. I like red peppers. I dice half. I slice half. The reason I slice the vegetables and do them in strips is that I might have that for a snack with some hummus, or I might
Okay.
just eat them plain. I just like vegetables anyway. Then I steam potatoes in my Instapot. They're steamed. It takes all of 12 minutes, cool them down.
Oh,
They're in the refrigerator. And I take all my vegetables. It could be radishes, it could be, well, not tomatoes, cucumbers, the English cucumbers, They store very well in glass containers. You clean those, whatever. Your fruits, your berries. I focus on strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. I put them in a salad
Yep.
spinner with a little bit of, I know it sounds weird, vinegar
Mm.
and baking soda.
Vinegar.
And then you
Wait, baking
put
soda,
water
really?
in it. It foams up. You spin it, and you will be amazed at the dirt that you will see at the bottom of the salad
Oh
spinner.
my
You
goodness.
let them dry, pat them dry, put them in a glass bowl. So my top shelf of my refrigerator has bowls of like, let's see what's in there, peppers, onion, celery, all makings really of a salad, except
Oh
for the like
wow.
lettuce, like romaine lettuce. I might spin that in the salad spinner, layer it with paper towel, and I put it in a wax bag that I have, and it keeps in the refrigerator. So when I say food prepping, you still have to cook your main meals if you're eating a chicken or a fish, which I don't. If I might do beans too. But like those are all my vegetables. That's my meals basically for the week. So if I have to cook some beans ahead of time or get some salt-free beans, rinse them, throw them in a salad, I get fresh corn on the cob. I cook the corn, I cut it off the cob, I throw everything, I make a bowl of, I'm talking probably really fast, a bowl of a pot of brown rice. I don't do quinoa ahead of time because it's fast to cook. And these are the glass bowls I have. So let's say I wanted to make a salad for lunch. You know what I do? I go in the
What?
refrigerator. I pull out the diced peppers. I pull
Ah,
out this. I line them up. I got the bowl, dun, 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 and sit down and I eat. But I do oil-free salad dressings too. I make about two different salad dressings during the week because I don't know if I should say this or not. I don't do oil, I don't do sugar, and I don't do salt. It's
okay.
called it's
Wow.
called SOS, salt, oil, and sugar.
Ah, I like
That
that.
again is my choice. Because someone says, what do you mean you don't do oil? That's another topic. I added that in one of my presentations, and I had more hands go up in the air. Well, what do you do if you don't have oil? How do you like not have oil? But I think from being in the pharmaceutical industry and selling statins are drugs that people take for high cholesterol. I know exactly what an artery looks like when it has plaque built up in it and what constitutes and how that plaque gets there. Well, no matter what anyone says, any oil you ingest can go towards plaque buildup because it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's 100% fat. I don't care if it's olive oil, canola oil, vegetable oil. The only difference when people say olive oil is great is because it was touted in the Mediterranean diet as being great because I used olive oil, even though the Mediterranean diet focuses a lot on vegetables. But it's also how you
Interesting.
cook. It's how you cook. It's the smoke and the heat point that makes the oils one oil better than the other. But as far as putting in your body, again, myself personally, I don't do that. And I don't miss it because when I saute my vegetable, I have never had sauteed mushrooms, onions, and peppers taste so good when
Ah,
they're not
got it.
saturated in olive oil. It always takes
Mm.
a little bit of water, believe it or not,
Mm.
or you can use low sodium or no sodium vegetable broth. The flavor is incredible. You have
Ah,
to try
I'm
it.
so hungry right now. Oh, wow. You're making me. Do you have a cookbook? How do we get these recipes? Come on.
No. Well,
Not
actually,
yet.
when you do the discovery, if you sign up and you are a client and you're in that program, they're they're in my book. Let's say, for the lack of a better word, and I put together a whole booklet with a week's worth of one snack or two snack, every meal for the days. All the market list, the grocery list is included. And again, if the nutritional breakdown is there, if they want to see the nutritional breakdown, because some people don't want to see that, but I know
Oh
what it
my
is.
gosh.
That's
Oh my
included in
God.
that's included in the program. And I love to cook. I know someone did say to me, so when's the cookbook coming out?
Yeah,
And I'm
you
like,
see? Maybe it's just meant to be. You never know what our next journey is in life. And sometimes things like this happen. Maybe opening up our eyes and ears to people.
oh, no, Jill. So I
See?
don't know if that sort of explains, like I said, what I do. A lot of the programs I have all include there are workbooks that individuals, clients get to keep. So they always have a resource. I do have everything hosted in a CRM platform. So there's open chat that's available. There's food logs that's available in the program. There's okay, all the recipes are in there.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is under one roof so that it makes it very easy
Mm.
for the client. They get the portal and everything's right there for them. They don't have to go like, oh, let me go to my email and get this. Let me get this. Let me get that. Everything is in there. There's slides. There's a lot of information. And it was a lot of
Yeah.
work, but I don't mind the work. I just really want. and I say it a lot, and a lot of times I don't know if I'm going to
Ah,
get in trouble for it. I want not just women, children, men, everyone in this country to be able to live as long as they can
God
and
bless.
really eat healthy because I truly do not believe that this country will ever tell us that a lot of the food that we put in our bodies is not, I'm not going to say not good,
God bless.
not healthy
Hmm.
for us. They're not
Hmm.
because it's about the almighty dollar. And
Yeah.
um and that's just the way it is. So we need myself, and there's a lot of other peers I have and health coaches, but people need to really reach out to us
Yeah.
and just give it a try because at this point, what do you have to lose but live being on this earth a little longer?
It's so true. You're right. Thank you so much. Okay, hold on. Remind us how we can reach you. We still have five
You
more
can
minutes,
be
but I just want to
okay.
hear.
Oh, I talked that long. I'm so sorry.
It happens. It's okay.
I can be reached at blue diamond holistic coaching.com. All one word. Of course, they put www if you have to in front of it. I don't think you have to. And you go on my website, there's many links. There's a whole link about the program that I just talked to you about. There's links, there's information about my signature program is on there, and many links where they can click and book their free discovery call. So,
Perfect.
and they can also, which I would love individuals to do, you can also sign up for my email subscriber list because I send out a lot of perks, a lot of discounts at the for various reasons. And you would have loved it, Joe. My last one, I had pictures of a food that I made, and someone said,
Oh
"You
my
gotta get that
goodness.
recipe."
Yummy,
So,
yummy.
and I try to give information that's valuable. Information regarding, people's heart hypertension. I combine a lot of things with medical things a little bit because the ones that I know.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. And again, with the work you're doing, you're able to help so many with your coaching. I hope people reach out. Again, bluediamondholisticcoaching.com. And there's still so much more to the programs and your clients. And you clearly are someone who loves what you do. The passion is in your eyes. You hear it in your voice. And I love that you're helping people heal with food. But what do you say to those out there? I mean, advertising, commercials. It's hard. I have a 7 and 9 year old. So you go in that supermarket, they're seeing the snacks and the junk. How do you help conquer that? Give advice to us parents out there walking through those aisles because it's difficult. They see the commercials, they want that type of, unfortunately, not good food or snack.
Right. Well, it's hard when you do have children because, of course, you know what I would say? I say to my clients, don't go down those aisles.
Yeah.
I said, you go down the aisle that has the pasta and the rice in it. Go do, if you do the meat, you go in the back of the store, like where the meat pot is, you do the grocery pot. But for children, I think is we have to, and I have some of those recipes, you have to think of recipes and things to make for them for snacks that after you start giving it to them, they won't want those things anymore. For example, I just made, my
Wow.
husband asked me to make some brownies and he has a sweet tooth. So I said, sure, okay. He said, you're gonna make me homemade brownies? I said, sure I am. I made him these plant-based brownies. I'm not going to tell you what's in it. And he told me not to even tell him. He ate them and said, these are the best brownies. They're so moist. And let me just give you a hint. There's no sugar in it. There's no oil in it. There's no butter in them. There's no eggs in them. One ingredient that's in it is avocado. And I did put plant-based chocolate chips in them because they actually sell ones in the grocery store.
Wow.
And I'm not going to tell
Wait,
you
wait, wait,
anything
wait,
else
what
that's
are
in it.
plant-based chocolate chips? Am I learning
Yes,
something
those
else
are
new
people that
today?
make
What
the
the heck is it?
chocolate. The chocolate chips you usually get when you make chocolate chip, Toll House
Yeah.
ones,
Yeah.
Nestle makes organic plant-based chocolate chips, and they're in my local grocery store,
I'm
so I don't
making
think
a
it's too
note.
hard
I
to
have to
find them.
find that. Are you serious?
No, and they were so good. Then I made a chocolate mousse. So I'm not see, I was never a big sweet person. But I will start making those. And I think that's the best thing to do. If you can start thinking, or even anyone can don't have to contact me, you can Google them and look up recipes and just make things, sheet pan things for your children. If they start eating that, they'll ask for that before they start asking
Yeah.
for cookies. But when you don't
Wow.
have any other choices for them, they're gonna see stuff on TV, and that's what and unfortunately, it does impress those little minds.
No, thank you for sharing this. Holy cow, what insight. I'm loving this conversation today. Thank you so much. And by the way, those of you listening, I get to see your two on the Zoomcast, which is also a plus. So, how do we kind of want to sum up for today about your coaching and using that food to seek our longevity?
Well, gee, Jill, you took my line away from
Did
me.
I?
No, no, I think to
I
sum
got
it
it from you.
no, to sum it up, most of my clients are women. Now, some of my clients are couples. So, I can scale and go wherever I want to, except, of course, not children, but families are fine. But how I would sum it up is I'm looking to extend your longevity, give you the vibrant vitality that you're looking for, help you reduce the dollars that you spend in the grocery store and the time that you spend doing it so you can enjoy that life as healthy as you can with the comforts of your own food. That's how I would sum it up.
Great. And one more time, tell us how we call you.
You can contact me at www.bluediamondholisticcoaching.com. Click that button for a free consultation. I'm looking forward to hearing from anyone.
Thank you
Hi,
so much.
everyone.
Pleasure having you here. Have a fantastic day
Thank
and
you, Jill.
talk again soon. Enjoy,
Talk to you
sweetheart.
soon.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.